Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode, if I can call them that, or another session, math session on angles. My name's Sophie. I am a maths tutor and founder of Tutor in a Box. And today I'm going to be going through angles in polygons with you guys today. So by the end of it, you will all be pros. So I guess with this, hopefully you've watched the first episode before. And the second thing is that polygons are something that people sometimes get confused about or not sure about. So when we think of polygons, we can think of quadrilaterals, we can think of pentagons, we can think of hexagons, and these are all our 4-sided, 5-sided, 6-7, 7-sided, 8-sided, whatever shapes. And these are all shapes that are just joined up. And when we talk about regular polygons, this just means all the same sides are the same length. So let me share my screen for you. If we look at a, for example, regular polygon. Oops. Okay, now assuming all things being equal, this is an example of a regular polygon. It's a hexagon, it's a 6-sided shape, and all the sides are the same length. Now, if I have a different 6-sided shape, which looks like, okay, and this here is still a polygon. It's got 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, it is not a regular polygon. So a lot of the things we're talking about today only apply to regular polygons, okay? So just bear that in mind. Okay, so there's 3 things and 3 magic formula, if you will, that you need to know when we're looking at angles in a polygon, okay? We need to work out the interior angle. So that's the angle inside. So thinking about that hexagon I had on the screen, what one of those angles is. We need to work out the exterior angle, so the angle on the outside of it. And finally, we need to look at the sum of the interior angles, okay? So if I put my hexagon back up here again, you can see on my screen that we've got our 6-sided shape, we've got our hexagon, fabulous. Now, I'm going to write down the 3 rules you need to know to work out. Oops, we'll put a capital A there. Sum of interior angles. Okay, so we need to know how to work out interior angles, how to work out exterior angles, and how to work out the sum of interior angles, okay? So let's take our interior angles first, okay? Now, we can work out our interior angles by doing 180 minus our exterior angles. Okay? Now, bear with me if this doesn't make a lot of sense at this point. I promise it will. Okay? My exterior angles, I can work this out by doing 360 degrees divided by n. And my sum of my interior angles, I can work out by doing n minus 2 times 180. Again, if this is going straight over your head and you're kind of thinking, oh God, I don't know what this means, don't worry at this point, okay? This is just the formula. I'm just popping down the formulas that by the end of it, hopefully you'll understand a little bit more and use a little bit more. Okay, so let's start breaking this down. So I have 2 angles here, X and Y. Hopefully you can see them in orange on the screen, okay? The X is my interior angle, okay? That's the angle inside that polygon. And my Y is the exterior angle. It's the angle outside that polygon, okay? And you can see we can work out the interior angle by doing 180 minus the exterior. So for example, if I told you that the exterior angle was 60 degrees, we could work out that interior degree, that interior angle is 120, because we do 180 minus 60. With me so far? Good. Now, I could also work out the exterior angle. So let's go back a step and pretend I don't know that exterior angle. I could work that out by looking at the second formula down, which says 360 divided by n. And n here just stands for the number of sides. So here I could do, let me just bring this down. I could do 360 divided by n. Now we know the number of sides in a hexagon is 6. So we're going to do 360 divided by 6. And then if we get our calculators out, look like this, and we pop in 360 divided by 6, you get 60, okay? So we know our exterior angle there is 60 degrees, okay? So how to go working it out through method 1 and method 2. Now, let's have a go at working out our sum of the interior angles, okay? So, we've got all these different angles. I'm now going to draw them in pink, just so it's a change of colour and you can hopefully understand it a little bit more. So I've got 6 angles inside my hexagon. Here they are. And I might be asked in an exam question to work out the sum of the interior angles. And that just means the sum of all those angles inside. Now, using the formula, we can do n minus 2 times 180, okay? Now, our n, if you remember, that was the number of sides. So in a hexagon, it's got 6 sides. So my formula here is going to be 6 minus 2 times 180. Well, when I work that out, that gives me 4 times 180, because 6 minus 2 is 4, and we do the bracket bit first. So I get 4 times 180, which gives me 720. 720. Woo! That 0 went a bit funny. 720. And so that is our sum of the interior angles. Okay. And for those of you wondering why we get that, I'll show you a little secret. I change this to yellow. You might notice that a polygon can be broken down into triangles, okay? And you might notice I have 1 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles, and 4 triangles. Now, if you can remember how many degrees are in a triangle, hopefully you'll say that's 180. So if I've got 180 degrees in this triangle, and I've got 4 lots of triangle, that's going to be my 4 times 180, which is what I've got down here. So that's a really useful thing. So if you get asked the sum of interior angles for a 7-sided shape, a 20-sided shape, whatever it is, you just need to work out the number of triangles, and we can do that by n minus 2 times by 180. Okay, I'm going to go through one more question with you and see if we can do it. So the question might say, so they can be wordy or they can be pictures in the exam. And one question might say, an exterior angle is 30 degrees. Work out the number of sides in the polygon. Or something like that, okay? They can basically vary it however they would like, but the gist is exactly the same, okay? Here, they're saying the exterior angle is this. Work out the number of sides in the polygon. Now, for this, we had to use our rule number 2, and that was that the exterior angles equals 360 divided by n, okay? Hopefully you remembered that formula. If not, don't worry, do feel free to flick back into your paper notes and that you've got that bright and colourful, should be in bright yellow. So then following on from that, our exterior angle is going to be 360 divided, actually I'm going to write this in freehand and you'll see why in a minute. So we've got my exterior angle is 360 divided by n equals 360 divided by n. And I'm going to call my exterior angle E, okay? So they've told us in the question, our exterior angle is 30 degrees. So we need to substitute that in. So it's going to be 30 degrees equals 360 divided by n. Hopefully you're all with me so far. All we've done is substitute our exterior angle in, that's E, into our formula, which is 360 degrees divided by n. So we've got 30 equals 360 divided by n. Now, all we're going to do, we're going to swap that 30 and that n, okay? And the reason I say that, so hopefully you're following so far with me, and if not, then the next 30 seconds, just ignore, but a little bit more detail. We're going to make it n times 30 equals 360. Because our laws of algebra say to get rid of this, we've got to bring it up to the other side and we do the opposite, we flip it. So it goes from a division here, divided by n, to a times by n here. Now we don't want n times 30, we just want n by itself. And so our rules of algebra, ooh, pen's going a bit funny. So our rules of algebra, say if we've got our 30 on this side and we're timesing it by 30, we want to divide it on 30 on the other side. So then we get our n equals 360 divided by 30. And that's when if we do our 360, get your calculator out, 360 divided by 30, that gives us 12. And so then the number of sides in the polygon is 12. So if you got a little bit confused halfway through that, don't worry too much. The important thing to remember is the formula. So exterior angles is 360 divided by n. So we pop that information in, and then we wanted to know n, but we knew E, we knew our exterior angle. So all we've done is switched these two places to end up here. And there was just an in-between step if you were following as to why here. But don't worry if too not. The important bit is to remember to switch those two bits until we get n equals 360 divided by 30, which gives us 12. All right, I hope you found the second bit useful, talking about angles in a polygon. Have a go, try some of the questions. Any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye.